Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm back with week 26 of the Margarete Miller collage challenge. As always, I will leave links to Margarete Miller's Etsy and YouTube down below, and don't forget to check the playlists, the 2022 playlist and the 2023 playlist on my channel if you haven't caught up with those already. So this one's a bit different. I feel like I want an artsy style or a bit of art journaling. I've been playing around with art journaling again, and I don't know how this one's going to turn out. I'm going to be honest with you. So I did a bit of pre-prep only because, and then I kind of changed my mind, and well, we'll see. So, first I wanted to just show you, this is the size of the paper that I'm using. It's from this book that I just had in my stash that I thought I'd use up. It's really high quality, thick paper. And yeah, this is the size. So, as you can see, I've already sort of got a bit playful with this. I just used some Tim Holtz Black Soot Distressed Oxide. And I found this image in a Daphne's diary, I believe. So let's just start. The reason I'm using this image is one of the prompts is a face. So we have a face here. And then one of the other prompts is a tall building. So this is kind of both. Yes, I've trimmed this. I'll explain it all in a minute. And when I saw this, and then I thought, well, I was going to paint the background black, and then I decided to use the Distress Oxide instead because it gives a nice kind of effect. And then this just kind of did a whole thing in my head of where this was going. So there's that. Rubber stamping in 2 colours. I've got a couple of colours here. I've got green, purples, blacks. We'll see. Got a few different stamps. Face. Oh, set of numbers. So I've got some of the Tim Holtz rub-on numbers that I'm going to try and use. And text in a different alphabet. I've got this vintage French dictionary page. Now, let me explain. So I was going to completely collage her dress in French dictionary page, and I started ripping up these super tinies, and I thought if I just cut some of the lines, I'll be able to glue the page on, because this one, you see how fiddly this one is. I'll be able to glue the page on, trim it round, and once it's all glued down, you won't be able to tell. And then that was just getting too fiddly. I don't think that's going to work. We will see. But I don't think it's going to. So I had a slightly different idea. So let's start with her. Let's start with this. So I am going to collage part of her dress in this French dictionary page. I'm going to do it as if half the dress is done in the French dictionary, and the other half will have rubber stamping. So I'm just going to glue. It's going to be easier to put my glue here. Let's spread that out. I don't want it going over the black line, but I want it going up to the black line. So yeah, I found this image whilst I was looking for a face. Then when I used the Distress Oxide, it just really reminded me of like smog. And that made me think about pollution in the city, and it really just went with the whole image. So that's the theme of today's collage, is how sad she is because there's so much pollution, and pollution bad. So yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking in my head with this collage. Anyway, whilst I'm sticking, I hope you guys are all doing well. I know I'm a few days behind with this collage. Well, no, only a week, but that's all right because I will have caught up by this week. So that's all good. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. And, oh, yes, lots and lots. Like I said, I've been getting into sort of art journaling or mixed media a bit more. I love mixed media. I'm just going to say it's one of my favorite crafty things to do. I love playing with inks and playing with, you know, just different mediums and techniques and learning things. And I'm not great at it, but that's the whole point, isn't it? It's all about just having a bit of fun with it, because I'm just going to be honest, I've been really struggling creatively for probably a good 6 months. I have just been feeling uninspired and struggling with crafty projects and feeling like, do I want to go to my craft table? I know, isn't that strange to even think of someone not wanting to go to the craft table? But yeah, it's just been something I've really been struggling with. I mean, there's been a lot going on as well, and you know, crafting's not always first on my mind, but because we're just so busy at the moment, and finding the time to really sit down and do something has been a bit of a, like, not always had the time sort of thing. But anyway, yeah, and I just thought, you know, why aren't I enjoying crafting at the moment? What is it that I'm missing, and why am I sort of feeling like this? And I just realized I had fallen into the trap of creating kind of things I know and having deadlines for things, and especially when you have a crafty business where you're also selling your crafty stuff. First of all, it's always a great honor to know that anyone wants to buy what you've made, and so I'm always feel super blessed when someone buys one of my journals or something I've created. But also, you also get into the trap of knowing, right, well, I'm crafting and this is to sell, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I feel guilty if I'm not crafting to sell. I know that sounds weird, but you know, it's just sometimes how I feel. It's just the way my brain thinks. Anyway, so, and I just realized that whilst I love, and I do love making my journals, otherwise I wouldn't make them. You know, what's the point of making something you don't love? But whilst I love making my journals, the fact is that sometimes, because I have very limited space, I'm not blessed enough to have a craft room or space for a craft room. In case you don't know, I have turned part of my living room into my craft room, which is why crafting around the festive season is so difficult, because I have to put away my craft. I like how that's going so far. Yeah, so basically I only have a very small space to craft, which kind of means that I realistically struggle to work on more than one project at a time. Also, because I like very ordered, tidy crafting, I really struggle with too much mess, and especially as it's in my living room, so anyone who's over would see all that. So yes, I struggle to work on more than one project at a time, which means realistically I work on my journals because that's what I'm normally working on. And it just means I'm not getting time to really play or get overly creative or make lots of something new, or just, I don't know, yeah, like I say, just play. And therefore I was just starting to feel a bit like stuck, I suppose. A bit like, oh, I really want to learn some new techniques, I really want to do some new things. How can I do that? Let's look how this looks. I like that. It is a shame I can't do a whole dress like that. Or should I just do a whole dress like that? Yeah, so that's basically where I was in my craft. Now I want to do a whole dress like that. This is going to be a problem. That's basically what I was thinking. And so I decided the other day that enough is enough. Just start watching some art journaling videos and let's get making some smaller art. You say it's small, but you know, working with any kind of mixed medium is never small, because there's drying time, there's inking, there's splashes, there's all that kind of thing. But all that to say, I did start getting my art journaling on. as they say, or making some mixed media projects. And I really enjoyed it. And so I decided that that needs to become priority for me in the second half of the year. I really need to prioritize time and try and work out a way that I can be working on a journal project in my limited space whilst also finding time to work on some mixed media and art journaling. I don't consider myself artistic in that way, but I do love watching what other people create. And when I do my Halloween swap with my friends, my Halloween Advent each year, I tend to do more mixed media projects in that, you know, I work with inks and moss and things like that. So I tend to do that then. So I just thought, right, let's just learn some new techniques. Two problems with that. One, kittens. Kittens are not great when you are having to dry things. My kittens love to run in my paint and they love to run on the ink, and it's a whole thing. And I'm like, no. And then I'm having to check their paws to make sure there's nothing on their little paws. And the other thing is, suddenly you start seeing a whole load of new products that you're like, oh, I really want that. So stencils are, I think, going to be a thing for me this year. I have stencils. I use stencils in my journals, but I don't have a wide variety, especially of larger stencils. I tend to have the smaller stencils or specific types of stencils. What I might have to do is my tweezers, specific types of stencils, just because I know they'll work in journals. But yeah, larger stencils are not something I have very many of. And also it's just another great excuse to get some more Tim Holtz inks and some dilution sprays. I'm actually almost out of my dilution sprays, so you know, good excuse to get some more, I suppose. But yes, so that's where my head was at. So when I saw this image, and I've been art journaling, I just decided, do you know what, I want to do something a bit different with this one. I was watching someone's channel who also does this. I cannot remember their name down below. Itty bitty, something like that. I don't know. I will leave the link down below anyway to her channel, because to give her shout out, it was watching her. It's the first time I've watched her channel for the Margarete Miller collage, which was 2 weeks ago or something, or a week ago. And basically she had done almost a complete arty page, which I just loved her page, and it made me look at the collage in a slightly different way. And I thought, yes, that's what I want to do, a page a bit like that. Let's see if I can. Right, this is too big. These pieces are just so fiddly. I am not great with fiddles. Little fiddly tiddly pieces. So anyway, yeah, so I was like, oh, I really, really want to do something like that. But I'll tell you what, Belle, why don't you use your other hand to cut, because that would work better. What am I doing? I want a very tiny piece of this. So that's what I'm doing, and that can go in there. Where'd it go to now, guys? There it is. It's so tiny I couldn't find it. Ah. So yeah. Oh gosh, did I knock the camera? I apologise. So that's where my head's been at. I think we all get like that. I think we all get into the habit of we create a certain way, and then we can sometimes become kind of trapped in that kind of arty habit rut, is the way. I think we all at certain times lose our crafty mojo. That's understandable because it's, you know, it's just something that happens in the community, isn't it? And yeah, so I think that's just where I've been the last, well, throughout most of this year, actually. I'm just going to say this year. There's been a lot happening, as some of you know, like my mum passed away and things like that. And there's just been a lot going on. So my head hasn't always been in the best crafty space. And I just felt like I needed a different crafting outlet sort of thing. Right, I'm just fiddling with this. This could be quite a long video, guys, so I apologise. But there you go. So yeah, so that's what I am. And I thought, okay, art journaling, let's get some messy. Let's bring out the childhood fun of getting messy, playing with inks, doing all that kind of thing. I'm going to use, once that's dry, I'm going to actually use a black pen to go over that. So I'm leaving that to dry for a minute because I'm going to ink up the background. I need to get some water for that. So let's do that. Let's ink up the background. So I have this one. The prompts is hexagon. Yep. And I have this kind of random shaped hexagon stamp-ish. Yeah. So hold on a minute, guys. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to randomly kind of stamp this on in the background. It's not going to be too bright. I don't want it to be a dominant image. I'm using a Stays On permanent ink just because, you know, this is a, I don't need too much here because the image is going to be there. So let's put her here. So I need some up there and a little bit maybe down there. Oh yeah, so I'm just going to put this in the background. But yeah, so let me know down below what kind of gets you, if you're having a, lacking crafting mojo, what gets you kind of your favourite ways to pull yourself out of it, as it were. So I feel like I really want a hair purple. I do have this Distress Oxide, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll use that. We shall see. So hexagon in the back, face, image. This is drier. And I am going to stamp. So I've got these very pale small stamps. They're just from a random stamp set. I am going to use the green because that's, oh gosh, got it on me now. That's what I have. So this is a very big pad. They don't show up brilliantly, but it's on there, so that's what matters. And I wanted a leaf on there because, you know, pollution, the earth, all that kind of thing. So as I was saying, let me know down below, what is a way that you pull yourself out of the crafty doldrums, or when you're lacking some mojo, what way do you get yourself out of it? You know, crafting is a great way anyway, like when we're struggling or we've got things on. But like I said, sometimes, especially as I craft a lot to sell journals and pieces, which again I love to do, and I just feel blessed, you know, that anyone at all wants to buy one of my journals. But it's nice to kind of change it up a little bit. Right, I don't have much on there, so it's another good way of being able to, because I've cut the image. Do you know what? Why don't we move that here? It would make it so much easier for me to get under there. Make life easy for yourself, Belle. Why not? So yes. Okay, so I feel like there's just not enough stamping on that, and I don't know why. Right. Okay, that's greener. I like that. All right, so we are going to stick her down now. Because yes, we are. So I'm going to stick the main bit down first, because then I can come back to her arm, her cut off arms. You know, art is often used as therapy. Being creative is often used as therapy. And I definitely think it is great when, you know, maybe you're not feeling your great best or there's stuff going on. But it also means that when you're kind of stuck and lacking crafty mojo, it really becomes like, oh, you need it, and yet at that point in your life it may not be working for you. You're like, why? No. So yeah, there's that. But there's worse things in life, isn't there? So right, let's stick this down now. So this isn't going to be the best, guys. This is going to be a bit of a hodgepodge video. And maybe not the best collage that I've done. So. But you know what? And we even picked up some green there. I don't mind that. A bit of green on the houses doesn't matter, does it? So, okay, let's really... I bet I can't find my bone folder now. Again, this is because I'm crafting. So I'm trying to do this whilst not getting in the way of my... I've got my really old, small one. Whilst not getting in the way of all my journal that I'm working on right now at the moment. So let's get some numbers on here. And I don't really know where I want the numbers, so let's have a look. We've just got random numbers. I was just thinking maybe on the building. Maybe on the buildings, but then I'm wondering about on her dress again. I kind of want her to be the one thing that's standing out. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe it should go on a building. Yeah, let's put them on buildings, guys. Let's do something a bit different. So yeah. Oh, what a rambly video. I apologise to those of you who just want to pop on to hear some crafting, not someone rambling. But then again, if you've been on my channel a while, you will know I can ramble. So it is what it is, basically. So I need to make myself an art journal, but that also means that, and I did kind of do that last year with the collage last year. The book I made was kind of art journaly with mixed papers and things in it. So, yeah, I think I'm going to make myself another one of those and just get playing. I've also been just playing on some pieces of 5x6. Now, a couple of years ago, I did inspiration index cards, which I know a lot of people, it seems to be a bit of a thing now. But yeah, I did a lot of those with my friends. And I really enjoyed just working on that much smaller medium. It means you get a chance to experiment with different techniques and things. And yeah, you experiment with different techniques, and it's a small scale, so it gets done a lot quicker than if you're working on a whole page, which is nice. I really need to buy some more of these. But so I might do that as well, but I've been working on smaller sort of 6 by maybe 5 sort of thing. 5 inch I'm talking about, 6 by 5 inch. Sort of cut up some papers that I had and just started working on those. So that's been fun. Right, we've got some numbers now. Okay, so I think that's everything. I said numbers, different alphabet, bonus tool building, and I wanted to add some words, and I think I'm going to work, I don't know, black, add them in black, sky, charming, alive, be free, have faith would be a great one, but I don't think I have any of the H's for that. Be kind, or waiting. Okay, where is the B? A girl waiting would be quite good, but again, I don't think I've got a girl. So, no. So we have B. Let's put that down there. Be free. Oh, we have got, oh, no, that's going to take that off. Okay, that's all right, that's all right. It's taking too long, isn't it? Sorry about that, guys. Just just waiting. I don't know. That's kind of speaking to me. It's not very positive, is it? Gosh. Just waiting. Just waiting. Just waiting. I don't know. I think I'm just going to have just waiting. Okay. I don't know, guys. This has been really haphazard, so I apologise in advance. Anyway, here we go. So, rubber stamping in 2 colours. I've got green and I've got black. A hexagon, they're in the background. A face, a set of numbers, so we've got numbers all over. Text in a different alphabet, as you can't see it, but that is in French. And bonus, a tall building. And yeah, I feel like I need to do some shadow work. I should have inked all the way around here. Please don't comment on my very poor mixed media. As I said, I'm just getting back into playing with it. It takes time. But this is week 26, guys. And I hope you didn't mind my rambling. My creative kind of crisis that I'm in. But yeah, anyway, I quite like how it came out. And it was fun to do something a bit different. So thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.